Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Euphoria season 2 episode 6 and I'm not ready for this episode, okay? Like I already told you during the intro of the last episode that Euphoria, it's really putting you into a certain mood, this show, like you can be excited, you can be joyful, you can be really in a good mood, and all before it, at the end of it, you're gonna finish with the same mood each time, which is the Euphoria mood. In a way, you're sad, you're a little depressed, you're feeling melancholic, you lived big emotions, good emotions, you saw wonderful stuff, you were really into the show, but at the end you're like that. The last episode, it was not that the last episode, the episode 5 about Rue. This episode was truly insane, it was brilliant. Now that I had the time to think about it, now that I had the time to get over it, not that much in fact, but you know, now that I can think about it with a calm mind, I can tell you that it's my favorite episode of this show so far, the episode 5. Just before, you know, the episode which was only about Rue, the bonus episode, and the episode about the fair, I think that it was the episode 4 of the season 1. These three are my favorite episodes, and the last episode, the episode 5, is truly my favorite one. I think that it was brilliant, and in all of the aspects, you know, that they did it, like how it was filmed, how it was done, how it was played, how it was written, how it was... everything was so perfect, like all of the pictures, they thought about it, the movements of the camera, you know, just that beginning of the episode with Rue being like that against her mother and screaming, and her sister crying, and her mother trying to not react, and we were following them, like really we were into the house with them, and at some point Rue, you know, heard Jules' voice, and something is changing, but still we are following her going for Jules, but really with the camera we are with Rue attacking Jules, going for Jules, like the movement of the camera is saying the emotions of the character during that moment and during all of the rest of the episode. So clearly the pictures were great, the camera, the movements of the camera were great, the musics were really great because we didn't have a lot of them, but all of them were perfect because it was really fitting well with the situation, when maybe for the first episodes of this season they did what Euphoria is good at, but at some point maybe it was too much to really play big music that we know, but really to make entire clips, in fact, inside of their show. Like, you don't need that to do great stuff, and they proved it during the last episode. That was so well written. All of this situation, we were already running with Rue, and like I said during the last episode, even if we didn't want to run with her, she was really like forcing us to run with her, to do that with her, and it was awful to see, and at the same time we were like, what is gonna happen next? What is gonna happen next? Like, can it be worse? And it was. Rue dealing with her family, dealing with Jules, dealing with her friends after that, people who love her, who care about her, but that she was pushing away, that she hurt again and again and again, and same at the end. And after, you know, the moment we face, it was really just Rue all alone, stealing, being into a bad position, doing that, you know, going for that drug dealer, like it was a plan. She knew it, that drug dealer, that Rue would come, that her plan wouldn't work, that she would have that situation with the money, and maybe she can use her as a sex, you know, a slave, as a prostitution thing, to repay her debts. Everything was clearly going for that. Rue managed to escape, that's great, and she went back to her home, that's great, but what now? Like, what is gonna happen now? Is she gonna go to rehab? I'm not sure that she can. Like, does she want to work on herself? I'm not sure that she wants. And no matter what, she still has this issue with this drug dealer. How can you resolve that situation? I really don't know what we can do with Rue. And it's bad because all of us, we love her character a lot, so we want the best for her. But right now, she's so far away from the Rue that we love because of her addiction, because she lets the addiction takes all of the place, and Rue is always gonna be an addict. That's something that she's always gonna keep into all of her life. But it's her, you know, who has to find really the little place to give it, like, I don't know how to say it in another way. She has to not let it eat her, you know. We'll see. I'm not sure that we're gonna see it during this episode because we need to spend time with the other characters now. Even more now that everyone knows what Cassie did with Nate, how Maddy is gonna react with Cassie, with Nate. That's gonna be interesting. I'm so sorry for Cassie. I know that what she did was wrong, terrible in fact, and the fact that she continued to lie, that was terrible, but we saw her losing herself doing that, hurting herself doing that, emotionally, physically. So I'm really worried for Cassie to be all alone, to see also that Lexi is making a play about her and losing at her. Like, I'm really scared for Cassie to do something bad. And Maddy, how is she gonna react with Nate? Are you gonna finally understand that that guy is a fucking psychopath? Fucking asshole, like, you deserve so much better. Jules, even if Rue was screaming at you, was telling you so many bad stuff, you continued, you repeated again and again that you love her, that you care about her, and I love you so much for that, and you were so brave during that moment to do that. I hope that she didn't hurt you, like, of course she hurt you, but not that much, like, you really understand the situation into your heart. And Elliot, you know, he was mad at himself because he provoked that situation, but I want to thank you, Elliot, so much because you did it, you did the right thing. You knew that Jules would do that, like, you did the right thing, Elliot. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now and let's go for this episode 6. Like usually, if you want, you have my Patreon on which you can have the episodes earlier with 1 day of advance and with an extended or 4 action part. I put a 4 action part for the last episode. We had so many things into it, like I couldn't cut into it and I was reacting so much and it was so great. I put the 4 action part for the last episode. I don't know for this one. I didn't watch it, you know, yet. So check the description to know what I put on my Patreon. It's the best way to support me on Patreon. You can do it right there on YouTube by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, that kind of stuff. Does it help? For now, no. But at some point, I hope that it's gonna help, really. So do it on YouTube, and if you want to do more, you have my Patreon. This episode 6. Can you call Ali?
You know what I like about hospitals?
Meds.
They don't need to know how good of a person you are in order to take care of you. My mom is one of those rare people, but maybe that's because she's my mom. I don't remember everything I said to my mom.
It's better like that, maybe. And to your sister?
I mean, I thought it. I felt it. I said it.
Girl.
I'm I'm sure most people would say the world would be a better place without me. I don't disagree.
I do.
In fact, I've been trying to believe it for as long as I can remember. He's just a fucking crackhead wife beater. I bet his daughter said that. Even I kind of said that.
He followed you even if you pushed
That I
him away.
regret. I'm a liar. A thief. I'm violent, abusive, manipulative. But I really regret what I said to Ali. Reducing someone's life to a moment.
That's a difference. Oh, you
Nothing.
regret.
Anyway, I should call Ali and apologize.
You're already better. I have to see you better.
What do you want, Rue?
I just wanted to call you and tell you that I'm sorry for what I said.
No.
And I really regret it. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listen to me. I forgive you.
I'm sorry. I felt it. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna.
How do you know that I mean it?
No, you.
Because the hour is certain to come. So we must forgive graciously.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can open it now. You're feeling better that he forgave you. But it's just the beginning, Ro.
For as tough as it's been on Rue, I'm sure it's been hard on you.
Thank you, Ali. She needs to talk also about how she feels.
It's okay to be angry at her.
I'm not sure that helps anyone.
It's not the question. I always said it to you. You can understand the reasons, but you can know also that it's not excuses.
It's unfair.
It wasn't the 38 missed calls from Cassie that concerned him.
Yeah.
It was the fact that there were 0 calls from Maddy.
Come on,
Part of the
Queen.
reason Nate loved Maddy as much as he did is because she was loyal. It would
To
scare
people
the
who
shit
deserve loyalty.
If anyone crossed her, she'd bury them. And he had now really fucking crossed her.
Come on,
And there was no
Queen!
doubt-
Look, I never trusted her.
Oh, Cat! Not
She
fair.
seems like the kind of person who would fuck your boyfriend.
Like you knew it.
What about me? I have a few ideas.
Because on the phone you just kind of made it sound like it was an emergency.
Did I?
Yeah. Like you asked if I could cancel rehearsal.
You want to dump him now? She has to do it. She's not happy with him.
Been thinking
But
about us and
it's
our
breaking my heart in
relationship.
that.
I have a brain disorder.
Excuse me? You're gonna play
Some symptoms.
the health card like I have a cancer. I can't stay with you.
You've been thinking a lot about our relationship because you have terminal brain disorder. Is this terminal brain disorder called?
No. You're gonna
You're
Google
a
it,
coward.
read about it, and I'm just gonna
Cat.
see it on your face.
It's lame to do that. Uh-huh.
That's sick. And to be honest, the fact that you think I would even lie about something that awful means there's a big problem in this relationship, which
You
is
started to break up with me and then you pivoted to telling me that you got like terminal
I'm
brain
glad that
illness
you're
and
clever
using my skepticism
and you
as, like, a
understood
reason
that.
to break up with me.
that's your experience.
No, I think that's the experience.
That's a fact.
Experience.
I like the courage to actually be honest because what we're doing right now is just like feels like shit.
I knew it.
Oh, I love you, Sam.
Wow. I can't believe this. You're literally trying to break up with me.
I'm trying to help you say what you want to say.
Is this some sort of like manipulation tactic you learned on some fucking incel Reddit forum? This is the problem with
Incel
guys like you.
Is
I
so
tell you
far
I'm
away
sick,
from
you
being an
just
incel.
dismiss- I am being honest.
Alright, I don't even think you believe that, but you know, that's besides the point because I think we need to break up.
Wow. I didn't see that one coming.
Cat.
I didn't either.
I used to support you in all of what you did before, Cat, but right there it was lame, it was awful.
You really think she's gonna stab herself? Your sister's very emotional. Yes.
I'm afraid of her making a mistake.
That Lexi started to have second thoughts about putting on her play.
Thank you.
Well, you know what you should put in the play. That time I beat Nate's ass at that party.
No.
You're talking to each other. Your heart is on.
Some people need to get their feelings hurt sometimes.
It's like the first time in my life I'm doing something for myself.
But about people around you. So
Oh no, it's
you can't act like you don't know.
a group of girlfriends.
Damn, so it's kind of like
It's a
Stand
storm
By Me
instead.
vibe.
Yes, exactly. I love that movie. That's exactly it.
In fact, my grandma has it on DVD, you know.
Should we watch it?
Should you watch it?
No, I was angry at Dad. That's very different than being angry. And I feel like when I was angry, I had a pretty good reason to be angry. My anger was directed toward him. It's not just towards anyone.
No, I don't know about that.
No, it's not. It's
Really?
fucking specific.
You and your bullshit. I'm tired of it, Nate.
You're not the good guy.
No, that's for sure.
Everyone thinks that I was hooking up with Nate when he and Maddy were still together, but that's not accurate. There was no crossover.
Cassie, please.
A dit un?
It's one thing to do what you did, and it's another thing to pretend you're all innocent and it's no big deal.
I'm just pointing out the facts.
Well, I'm pointing out the principle.
What principle?
For now, this episode is really about taking the responsibilities of what you did.
Boyfriend and girlfriend, God! I don't care! I just want to watch my millionaire matchmaker!
See?
I just want to die.
With what?
Well, a corkscrew ain't gonna cut it.
Don't lie about it, please.
I don't understand. I thought you hated Nate. When I didn't know him. You've literally known him forever. Not like I do now. You ratted on Fesco? No. Oh my god, that's why you did it? No! God, Alexia, you're making me feel worse! Do you even know why Fesco did what he did? No, do you? No, I do. I'm not gonna tell you because you'll tell Nate. I don't fucking trust you. I know it does! Yeah, because you fell in love with someone who spent years making fun of you. It's sad.
You're right, but you're so rough with her right now.
Did you?
Does she need that? I'm not sure, but at the same time, she's acting like a little girl right there.
Why is it that you only have the bad qualities of your father and none of the good qualities? He's deeply flawed, and somehow, some way, we raised a child who's even more deeply flawed. What went wrong? Do you ever think about that? No, of course you don't. Because your fucking dumbass dad didn't believe in therapy, so self-reflection's off the table. Give me a little kiss, and you tell me you love me. Then you look over at your dad, and you tell him you loved him too, but without the kid. And somewhere like around 8 or 9, you darkened. It was such a drastic change, and I swear it was just...
What's the point of all this?
I'm just...
To you, to
I'm
be
sure
finally
parents
honest
ended up the way they ended up. That's
with
all.
yourself also. She tried to help him to open up. She tried at least.
Who said Nate was a bad person? You say you're not a good girl. Bruce had a very hard life.
Not harder than my life or Lexi's life. Her dad died and ours just stopped calling. I don't know which is worse. And if you were such a fucking loser with no self-respect, you'd drop her because she treats you like shit.
Oh, she needs a fucking exorcism.
She needs help.
Nate didn't give a shit about what would happen to his dad. He did, however, care about what happened to his dad's business.
A psychopath with a gun? No.